Hello everyone, I've got a new team to try out today, bit of fun this one. We've got Obstagoon on our lead with Counter, Cross Drop and Night Slash. We've got Typhlosion with Shadow Claw, Blast Burn and Solar Beam, and we've got Gallade in the back with Confusion, Leaf Blade and Close Combat. They're all pretty squishy. Of them all, Obstagoon's probably slightly tougher, but it's still not a great deal in it. We're looking to put down some shield pressure as much as we can to try and steal a shield lead, and then bring out the Gallade to sweep up afterwards. I'm just going to hop into a few matches, played in rank 9, although my rating has taken a bit of battering from having a bit of a bad day yesterday. So we're going to lead the Obstagoon into Gyarados. So, nice even matchup. They are in fact resisting our counters, but the Night Slashes will be doing them neutral. We're just going to throw a Night Slash and just go for a fish for a boost, because sometimes we get that and it changes the whole matchup. Just like that in fact. So now we've got extra damage here. We can now exert a lot more shield pressure with our Night Slashes, so we're just going to double shield to preserve that as long as possible. Their Dragon Breath is hitting us for neutral, the counter is being resisted, but it is giving us the energy build up, and this, if they let it through, will take a big chunk of their health off. So we've got that in the first shield down, that's good. We are going to shield quite aggressively, and we're just going to go to 0 shields here, because we can capitalise on that Night Slash, and if we're really lucky we'll get another boost going through. I don't think we will today though. So next up, another Night Slash going through. And as you can see, finishes off the Gyarados, and whatever they've got next, we'll get to another Night Slash probably before they get to a charge move. So again, we throw and see if we can get that last shield off them. And up comes the shield. Great. So now Charizard and Typhlosion are an interesting pair to match off against, because the Fire Spin energy rate is slightly lower than that of Shadow Claw. So if we can get Charizard to finish off with a charge move, which we didn't sadly, we can then just go and do this. They're going to throw at us, it'll be a Blast Burn probably. It's the good call in this situation where there's no shields. Even resisted, it takes a huge chunk off. But we get to our Blast Burn and we overcharge just a little bit because we don't think they'll get to theirs just in time. Our charge rate's slightly higher, so we can afford to do that. We take the Charizard with our Blast Burn, and out comes a Venusaur. And again, because we've got that slight energy lead, we get to Blast Burn before they get to Frenzy Plant. And that'll be a good game. A win without bringing out my last Pokemon, that's not too bad. Right, so next up. Counter and Shadow Claw are two of the best moves in the game. I like them both, and so that's why I'm building the team I am. Okay, so Ampharos lead. Oh, look at that, yuck. It's a bit laggy, so off we go into the Night Slashes again, same as before. Our situation is fairly neutral here, although we do have to watch out for their electric attack, and we do have to watch for their focus blast. Now, I'm going to guess they're baiting here because there's 2 shields up, and they weren't. So that's bad news. That's just taken us out in one hit, and we've got an Escavalier in here as well, just to confuse things a bit. I did try this team with an Escavalier instead, and we'll see how this one works out. However, already losing my Obstagoon to the Focus Blast probably isn't so great. So it goes. So there we go, Thunder Punch coming through, and we're just going to build up the energy and switch. Right, so we've gone down 2 shields, and we're taking a gamble here that whatever they've got in the back, we can get 2 Blast Burns on and finish it off. So Venusaur, we're just going to throw a Drill on an Acid Spray. Again, looking to get the shield, but they don't go for it. I think my opponent's figured out that there's 2 Blast Burns waiting for them, and that they have to keep 2 shields back, and if they can't win without that, they're going to lose. And I think that's a good play by them, and so that's well done to my opponent. But we're going to go for it and try and get that shield off them anyway. What have we got next? Okay, so we've taken that down, and we've got a Gallade. So Gallade is quite a good one in this situation. We've got our loaded Blast Burns and we've got our Shadow Claws, but if we can't get that shield, there we go, there's that shield, and this will be enough to take us out, I think, with their close combat. Actually, no, they don't need close combat, they can do Leaf Blade at this health. And there we go, there's the Leaf Blade coming through. Not very effective, but we don't get to the move. So now we've got the Blast Burns ready, and I think in hindsight I shouldn't have thrown these Blast Burns because they've got 2 shields up. There's literally no point. I'm not going to get to another one, and they get to their move. I might have made it with the Shadow Claws, but no. Goodbye. So Typhlosion's kind of squishy, and even with his great farm rate, you can't afford to take that kind of gamble. And in particular, you can't afford not to call the Ampharos' Focus Blast. Anyway, into a Muck. A fairly even matchup because they're doing us dark, which we resist, and we're doing them fighting damage, which is neutral. But of course they've got the Sludge Wave, which will hurt quite a bit, so there we go, incoming Sludge Wave, that stings. And we're just going to throw a cross drop here. There we go, cross drop coming through, it hits for neutral, but not very much, as you can see. It's not all that powerful a move. It really hits very hard when you've got a Machamp behind it, but Obstagoon is chunkier with less attack stat. And no same type attack bonus. But we've built up to nearly 2 now, so we're just going to throw them back to back. That'll hopefully be enough to nibble away at this and take it down. And there we go, the next one coming through. I think this will be enough to take them out if they don't shield. Not quite, see it's just pecking away there, but that's how it goes. We don't really want to let this land, but we can't afford to let that shield go. So, it's a Dark Pulse, so it doesn't actually take us out. That's okay, we win the switch, that's good. Equal shields, Escavalier. If we'd been able to throw the move, maybe that would have been good, but no. Typhlosion comes out on the Escavalier though, and they run away because it's just disastrous to have a fire type against this Escavalier. And we've got an Empoleon Escavalier matchup for ourselves. This isn't quite as good as it looks because the water damage does hit very hard, but we do have Drill Run. Drill Run's super effective against the steel, so we should be able to take this out if we can get one to land. They shield it, and we're just going to carry on with the counters and throw the next one. There we go. So again, we've got the lead there, and throwing that, taken out. Right, all down to no shields. They're going to farm us down a little bit. That's a bit of a dangerous place to be. So can we get to the... well, I guess we find out. We're going to find out if we can get to Blast Burn before they can get to a Drill Run. And there we go. We're just going to go for the Blast Burn, and they counter us down in time. So yes, Typhlosion is quite squishy. Still, on to the next match. Obstagoon comes out into a Charizard, and again, this isn't so great for us because they do resist our counter damage, but the Night Slashes will get their attention. So we're just going to throw a Night Slash, and we're just going to hope to provoke them to throw a charge move. We're not going to shield that, and then we're going to bring the Typhlosion in. And there they go, there's a charge move coming through. If it's a Blast Burn, it's going to hurt. And it's Blast Burn, so it's going to hurt. But we know they've just used up all their energy, so that's okay. So if we go into Typhlosion, we would outpace them, but they brought Lapras in. Now the fun of Typhlosion is it does have Solar Beam, however Lapras is probably vulnerable enough to Blast Burn that they're going to shield it. So we're going to go straight into Blast Burn just because we don't want to waste the energy of a Solar Beam. It is hilarious when it lands, but there we go, there was the shield, so that was a good call. Go to another Blast Burn, and again, they can shield this or not, but it does hit them for neutral, and it will do quite a lot. So there we go, big chunk off for the Lapras, that's good. And they're throwing Isotus, which isn't doing us a lot of harm, but obviously the Surf coming through now will take a big chunk of our health. There we go, look at that. It's quite squishy is Typhlosion, but with the Shadow Claw it does get to another Blast Burn, and this will either get their shield or take them out, and take them out it is. So we win the switch, that's okay. Charizard comes out. This is a bit more tough, but we're just going to go straight into Gallade here, because if we're lucky we can just spend a shield and farm down the Charizard to get ourselves some of those lovely heavy damage charge moves loaded up. There we go, not quite. However, it was quite quick, so it's probably a Dragon Claw, so we're probably okay. There we go. Bit of chip damage, taking down our health a little bit, and there's a Venusaur in the back, which is fine. We can throw the close combat. They might shield, they might not. Probably doesn't matter at this point. So get the shield, and we switch out, because that way we catch their charge move. Cleverly, my opponent undercharged there, because now they get to farm down a little bit. However, it does mean in return they take a Night Slash. That's giving them the energy lead they might need to take us out though, so if they've got to a Frenzy Plant, we're potentially in trouble. However, there we go. We got through our confusion just in time, and they didn't manage to take us out, and the Charizard also goes down. That was very close. I think they might have had a Frenzy Plant very close to ready to go, but we just got through just in time. Right, so next up, Obstagoon into Dragonite. Again, resist the counter damage, but counter is such a good energy move, and Night Slash is good broad coverage. So straight into counter, straight into Night Slashes, hoping to roll us a boost maybe. There we go, no, but still taking a chunk of his health off. Probably an incoming Dragon Claw here. As expected, there we go. So it's not too deadly, see, Obstagoon is quite sturdy. Obviously you need to keep it well away from fighting types, particularly Ampharos with Focus Blast. And then we throw the Night Slash, we get the shield, that's good, so now we've got the shield lead. We want to keep that shield lead because we can keep it, then we can clean up with Gallade in the back. So, what should we do next? We'll bring out our Typhlosion and try and farm down the Dragonite. They will get to a Dragon Claw, that's pretty certain, but hopefully we can actually take down that last bit of their health building up that nice big energy lead with our Shadow Claws. This is really the joy of Shadow Claw, that 4 energy per turn means we're now at Blast Burn. So we can actually get to a double Blast Burn here and throw that. Maybe get a shield, maybe not. Okay, we've got the shield, but that's okay. We'll throw another one and take a big chunk out of this Alolan Muck. There we go. Wow, look at that. And we switch quickly to Gallade, and we don't shield. We gamble hugely that this is a Dark Pulse, and it only does us half health. So, you know, that's a really big gamble, but we will get to the Leaf Blade in time, and there we go. Leaf Blade coming through. They do resist it because they're poison type, but it is very nearly enough to take them out, and that Confusion certainly is. So there's an Ampharos in the back. Now we've got a grudge against this guy, but we have got a shield, and we have got close combat. And they don't get to the move in time either. So there we go. Close combat coming through. That's for the Focus Blast. Pah! Right, so we can either shield or not here. I don't think it matters very much. We decide not to. We go down to the Thunder Punch, and we just finish off with Typhlosion with a couple of Shadow Claws. Good game to my opponent. Alright, there we go. A few matches showing off these three. Well, one of them obviously we had an Escavalier in there because I was mucking around, but still. Hope you enjoyed that. I thought it was quite fun. I'm going to play this a little bit more just because I like setting things on fire. Blast Burn is a very satisfying move to land. Have a good day.